it's not every day that you get to chase down a highway bridge. Usually those stay pretty stationary. In this case, it was the main span of the new Cumberland River Bridge that will be for Highway 60, and it was being floated into place. And it was built at the Paducah, Kentucky Riverport. And I got to be at the riverport that morning and talk to the project manager, and then wait for these 4 jumbo barges with lift towers carrying this giant bridge, steel superstructure. It was enormous, I think 700 feet, something like that, to float downriver, and then watch it, escorted by the Coast Guard, make the turn all the way into the Ohio River. And it floated up the Ohio River. And as it was floating up, I would hopscotch ahead of the bridge to where people had gathered at a site and talk to members of the public who were waiting for it to float by. Or in some cases, I had talked to some member companies and had gotten permission to go out and get on their work barges that stuck out a little farther into the river and take really good pictures right there from their barges, and then hopscotch ahead. So it was about a 4 or 5 hour process where I stopped 5 or 6 times along the way, hopscotching ahead of this bridge and then watching it float by until it finally got to where it was going and got lifted into place.
So, so you still find yourself in these situations you wouldn't consider, even
You know,
even here.
by
Then
the end of
just
it,
like
I had to
okay,
climb on the McCracken County Rescue Squad boat, be able to get a good view from the river. And of course, dressed as appropriately professionally for the job. And here I am kicking off my dress shoes, hiking up my dress pants, and wading into the river to climb on a rescue boat to get a good picture of this bridge.
so
And
even without the grim. Go
part of
ahead.
me was going, you know, I wouldn't have hesitated on this 20 years ago, and now I'm 44 and climbing and wading into the river and climbing on board a boat, that was a little harder than it used to be.
So even without the grim aspects, the weird, unbelievable stuff is still there.
Absolutely.